The Ohio State Buckeyes have got themselves a starting quarterback. Will Howard is going to be the guy. Ryan Day just announced it at his press conference moments ago. So what does this mean for the Ohio State offense? How does this impact the Ohio State offense? How is it going to look offensively when he's under center? We'll talk about it right now. Before we do, though, Ohio State fans, make sure you are subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel, because we are talking a lot about your Buckeyes. We're talking college football every single day. We want y'all dialed in here. The best way to be dialed in is making sure you're subscribed. So we appreciate you for that. So what's next for Ohio State? Well, Will Howard, obviously the guy. The thing that I love so much about him, the way that he is going to impact this offense, he's going to be a steady hand. And Ryan Day kind of alluded to this when he was talking about why they named Will Howard the starter. I'm sure there's a bunch of physical attributes as well that we'll get to here in a second, but like just his presence. And his presence, I believe, is able to be a positive factor because of his experience. Like Will Howard now has played a lot of college football, going into its 5th season. To be able to have a guy that's going to walk out there and lead your offense for that first drive, October 12th, in Autzen against Oregon, where that place is absolutely on fire, and to have the steady hand. To have played in big spots before, played in a Big 12 title game, played in the New Year's Six Bowl, like to be able to have that experience to fall back on, that's massive, and I think that's going to benefit them in an extremely, extremely positive way. Now, the thing that I love for him schematically, this is probably my favorite part about him being your starting quarterback in Columbus. The mobile element he brings with his legs is something I don't know that you've had in Columbus since Justin Fields. I'm not telling you Will Howard is Justin Fields, but I'm telling you the way that you call the offense for Will Howard with Chip Kelly now running the show, you have some quarterback design run game you can put in there. Like you think about Dorian Thompson-Robinson and what Chip Kelly did with him as the head coach at UCLA. I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same thing, but what we have seen from Chip Kelly, when he has a mobile quarterback, he's able to cook. Will Howard, given his time at Kansas State, has proven he is a running threat. Right? Kyle McCord last year, not to knock Kyle McCord. I don't want to, overly be down on the guy. He just had negative rushing yards on the season, I believe. So looking at Will Howard and what he's going to be going forward, going to add some more diversity to the run game. You can call read option. You can call, heck, if you want to, a little triple option out of some split backs. Don't know if they'll do that, but that's in the bag if you want it, I suppose. That'd be available to you with those two backs with Trevian Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. There's a lot there. There's a lot there, and now for the defense having to account for 18 to tuck it and run at 6'5", 230-odd pounds, like it's a very, very positive thing. So the question that I think a lot of people have around Will Howard, and I have the same question, is what is he going to be throwing the football downfield? Because you look at last year and he was 24 touchdowns to 10 picks, and you're like, that's not necessarily like college football playoff caliber kind of quarterback play, is it? Maybe that's a fair point to make, but the thing that I would focus on, if I'm an Ohio State fan trying to assess how Will Howard could elevate this offense, is Will Howard has never had access to the weaponry that the Ohio State offense is presenting to him. Talked about that backfield. That's huge. I believe they will throw to eventually run and have some open spaces downfield to deliver the football. But perhaps more importantly, when it comes to the wide receivers, Emeka Egbuka is a 1,000-yard receiver when he's healthy. Carnell Tate, big-time wide receiver that they're excited about when he actually gets to be a guy for them this upcoming season. He's kind of waited his turn, going to be a guy for them this upcoming season. I say waited his turn. Waited his turn as a freshman. We'll get on the line. Jeremiah Smith, I think he'll be a factor as a true freshman. So all that's to say, he's going to have a lot of guys he can get the football to. Not to knock Kansas State, because the way they ran their offense is going to be different than how Chip Kelly runs this offense. But Will Howard's leading receiver last year was a tight end in Ben Sinnott. Now, Ben Sinnott's a good player, currently in the National Football League. But if your tight end is your leading receiver, that doesn't exactly speak volumes to the other receivers you have on this roster to throw the football to at Kansas State. Like, you probably want to have some more threats on the perimeter to deliver the mail to. So Will Howard, again, I think he fits great in this offense. I think Chip Kelly and the way that he's going to dial it up with the running game, both for the backs and for Will Howard, is going to be a tremendous fit. I think that the receivers you have here for Will Howard and having an OC like Chip Kelly and his experience is only going to benefit him throwing the football downfield. Like, Ohio State's got their guy. And to have a leader at this point in fall camp, as Ryan Day has traditionally done, is massive for the Buckeyes. And I cannot wait to see how it looks when we get the ball rolling for the Buckeyes. Appreciate y'all being dialed in here. Again, make sure you are subscribed to college football every single day. Let me know how you feel about Will Howard being named the starter in Columbus. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.